Some people are just good businessmen as well. And they think that they have arrived. The Bible warns us about thinking too highly of ourselves. Jesus, in Revelation 3 verse 17, has a warning for his church. Listen.
Because thou sayest, I am rich, and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked.
If I said those words to you, I don't know what you would say to me, but those words are coming from whom we call the true witness. He says we are miserable. Me can't call you so, you can't call me so. For some people doing it. But the Good Shepherd says we are miserable, naked, poor, and blind. May I tell you that material success is no measure for spiritual health. And remember that the shepherd wants to keep us healthy. But if we are only growing in material things, giant in material things, when it comes to our health, our spiritual health, we can be described as dwarfs. But God don't want any dwarfs. He wants us to grow in grace. Since the shepherd wants to keep us healthy, he will have to put us on a diet. Maybe vegetarian diet, I don't know, but some diet. Let us listen how the shepherd gets us to be healthy. As the reader looks at Hebrews 12, 6 to 11.
For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had a father of our flesh, which correct us, and we gave them reference. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure, but ye for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
Thank you very much. The scripture says, he whom the Father loveth, he chasteneth. B2. The truth is that after we go through all this, we will be free from the fret and frustration of being cast down like a helpless sheep. In his love and mercy, God makes endurance and hardship a part of his training program. And I'm going to repeat that. In his love and mercy, God makes endurance and hardship a part of his training program. The lesson we have been doing, some people do not believe that God really guides you into this training program. He does. And all we have to do is to put our confidence and trust in God, knowing that if we could see the beginning from the end, we would not wish to be led anywhere that God has not been leading us. It is a part. Endurance and hardship is the price we pay for for belonging to God. Endurance and hardship is the price we pay for belonging to God. Rest assured that God will never ask us to face more than we can stand. Realizing that God knows what he is doing should be enough to refresh and restore our souls. I'm almost there, not saying like, you know who. No, I want you, church, to work with me. I want you to work with me. I am going to be reading some statements. And at the end of each statement, if I ask you, am I cast down? Thinking about the sheep. Am I a cast down sheep? You are to say, yes, you are. I repeat, I'm going to be reading some statements for you. At the end of each statement, I will ask, am I a cast down sheep? And you will answer, yes, you are. Don't be afraid of me. I can't do anything. Read. If I refuse to support church programs, am I a cast sheep? Yes, you are. Mister. Because of the years I am in this church, I believe, I'm in here a long time. Because of the years I am in this church, I believe I know it all. It is my way or the highway. Am I a cast sheep? When I rob God in tithe and offering, am I a cast sheep? You're not afraid for me? If I gossip a church member with other members and non-members, am I a cast sheep? If I speak evil of the church leaders from top to bottom, am I a cast sheep? When I refuse instructive criticism and respond by saying, "Asamitan," am I a cast sheep? If I use my ears as a garbage bin, I'll explain that. You know, some of us have our ears too near to the ground. And some people always are full of, my mother would say, stop the vroom, vroom in my ears. And so people are always telling you something, and sometimes it's not anything too good they're telling you about the person. People are always saying to you, you ain't hear, say, you ain't know, say. So that is why I say, if I use my ears to be a garbage bin, am I a cast down sheep? If I think that the church can't function without me, Evelyn Ranger, am I a cast down sheep? If I work so hard during the week that I have to take Sabbath to rest, am I a cast down sheep? Yes, I am. You say, yes. I am so glad that despite my cast down position, I have a good shepherd, one who will supply all my needs, a good shepherd who will make me lie down in green pastures, a good shepherd who will lead me beside the still waters, a good shepherd who will restore my soul, a good shepherd who will lead me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. My shepherd, O shepherd divine, we just sang, I know thou art mine. Thy search in the night was for me. My good shepherd, even when I go through the valley of the shadow of death, will be there for me, for I said his rod and his staff. And maybe you don't know what is the purpose for the rod and the staff. The staff is to guide the sheep when it tends to stray. And the rod is for dealing with the predators, for driving away the drunkard and the dog and whatever. That is what the shepherd uses his rod for. And after all this, hear me and hear the psalmist David, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. not between these four walls, but I will always be in the presence of the Lord. Now, church, the question to you is, are you, don't answer me, are you a cast down sheep? Don't answer me. Honesty, yes, though. Are you a cast down sheep? I ask the question again. You need not fear. And if you are a cast down sheep, and you know that you have a good shepherd, 2 times I want you to say, the Lord is my shepherd. He restoreth my soul at the top of your lungs. Yep. Is my shepherd. He restoreth my soul. I'm done.
I hope we'll feel restored after a message like this. We'll sing the song to close. There are 99 we placed on the screen for us to sing. There are 99 that are safely laid in the shelter of the fold. I don't know the number. Let's stand. Yeah.